Okay, I'm gonna be doing a review for Suicide Squad. I'm Luke Ferrell, and I went on yesterday, which was Friday night. Um, we got there. It started at 7. We didn't get out until 9:50. Okay, first I'm gonna talk about like the little intros to the characters. Well, I'm gonna talk about the Enchantress. Well, it was pretty cool. She was pretty cool. She was like really creepy as heck though, and it was cool the way she said Enchantress, and the black hand came from underneath her, and just crawled up the rest of her body, and she like moved stuff around with her mind and stuff or something. And the first intro they did was Deadshot, I believe, and it's like, I think this was the part he's like he's talking with someone to no he's talking with someone to double the money for a contract, and it says pleasure doing business with you after he doubled it finally. And he was walking, I think he was walking home with his daughter after shopping, maybe Christmas shopping, no one knows, I'm not sure. He ran into Batman, and he started fighting Batman, and got his butt kicked kind of, he pulled out his gun on his like wrist, and his daughter came and he stepped in between him. He's like, "Daddy, no, please don't do this." And he's like, and she started crying, so we kind of listened to her, and Batman brought him in, and let's see, who else was there? I totally forget Diablo's thing, and I was thinking during when I saw Captain Boomerang, I was like, is that a Flash villain? Because I'd seen him on Arrow versus Arrow Flash crossover. I was like, I think that's a Flash villain. And I was like, sure enough, the Flash came out, and he's like, I forget exactly what he said, but he came out, and there's like blue lightning. The Captain Boomerang killed someone with his boomerang, and Flash came out, blue lightning, stepped out and said something. I totally forget what it was, but something about loyalty or something, I don't know. And he like punched him, and he flew backwards, and that was it. And then they made that thing in the sky, like the lightning in the sky, and Rick Flag's and Amanda Waller, she was trying to get everyone to approve the task force, and Rick Flag's, when they got everyone there, he said basically, we put microchips in you, so if you disobey us, even annoy him slightly or get on his nerves, he'll blow their heads off, or kill them with that little wrist thing with all the characters on it. And so at some point they showed Deadshot, and they gave him a gun and told him to shoot, and he pointed to the guy. Oh, I forgot to mention this. He was this guy was talking to him, talking crap about him, and then Deadshot in his cell said, when I get out here, I'm gonna beat you up, basically. And when they showed him with the gun, he pointed at his head, and the other guy said, "If you do this, I will kill you. I'll press the button and I'll kill you." And don't remember too much about the movie, but they said it didn't have any bullets in it, so he shot it in the air, and apparently it had a bullet in it. And he's like, "You guys must be crazy." And so he said, "Shoot," and he shot like all of those, used all the guns on those metal targets, very fast. When he was done, there was just like a hole in one spot, like all the way through. And Harley Quinn and when Joker and Harley Quinn did the when they were about to get brought in, they went out on a drive and Joker and Harley Quinn were driving, and Batman followed him with the Batmobile, and then stopped and then jumped on their car, and she's like, "You're ruining date night," and she shot the roof, and I think they went over a bridge or something into the water, and Batman put his oxygen mask or something on it, and scuba mask or something on it, and went down and grabbed Harley Quinn, and she woke up and he punched her straight in the face, knocked her out, and just carried her into his car and brought her in. Now moving on to that really creepy, big, scary dude that looked like that. If you've seen Percy Jackson, Sea of Monsters, he looked like that big guy. I forget his name. And I don't think there was much of. I liked this movie, but it seemed like the whole battle was towards the middle and the end, kind of like. And I don't really know, but the whole movie they were trying to figure out that to get the thing in the sky to close, and I don't really remember much about the movie. I just having trouble finding things to talk about. And they found out at one point that Rick Flag was doing this. I'm not sure, but for his daughter. No, for his trying to get his own way for his girlfriend, who was Enchantress, and try to do something with that. And they found out, and they like, "I need to get a drink," and they all went to get a drink. And then Diablo told his story about like how he killed his family by accident. That's why Deadshot he was so hesitant to use his powers throughout the whole movie. And so he can do a lot with his powers. He's like very powerful. And what was I talking about? And they got mad at him for killing his family. And so Harley Quinn was like going off on him. I think Harley Quinn was actually really hot, but that's just my opinion. Just putting that out there. And like they were like, everyone was like, calm down. And so at some point they finally agreed to go back to finish the work they needed to do with the, I think it was singularity or something in the sky. And towards the end, actually I heard, they didn't explain who Scott Eastwood's character was. Someone said it could have been Slade Wilson, who was Deathstroke, like a younger version. That's what I heard somewhere, but they never said. And they did something to their minds, like they were having like a dream kind of in their head, like of things they wanted. So like they showed Harley Quinn having a kid, and like not actually having a kid, but have a kid. And Jared Leto, Joker, was her husband. And Deadshot was about his daughter and keeping her safe and taking care of her. And Diablo has his kids back and his wife, and basically, and I don't know what Captain Boomerang's was, but Killer Croc got in it hear too much about, except for at the end they had a plan to come up to go down through the sewers and put a bomb up while they attack, and so it was, and Diablo turned this big rage fire guy or something, and started fighting it. The person, I forget who it is, the big guy, and after a while they got it and put the bomb up there under the thing, and they were like really worried because Diablo was still in the was still fighting, and so they kind of blew him up, kind of killed him, yeah. And after that, they showed Deadshot with his daughter helping her with math, I think, and she's like, well, so if there's an assassin up here, and they shoot two guys down there, then that's what it is. Like comparing that to her math problem, and oh yes, and Deadshot, Harley Quinn escaped to go with Joker, and they told Deadshot to kill her, so he shot her. I for real thought he killed her because that part didn't make any sense. His sight was right on her, but he said he missed. But so she just popped back up, just like something like, "Hey, Marla," and hey, what you doing? All right, and she just popped back up and he's like, "Sorry, I missed." And so, and moving on to Harley Quinn was requested like a an espresso machine for some reason, and she was drinking like coffee in cups at the end. What the heck are you doing, Marla? And so they oh yes, and Amanda Waller, she was like a hostage kind of until the end, and I think at one point she threatened to kill them all with her band, I'm not sure, but they saved the day kind of, and yeah, and at the moving on to the post-credit scene, it was Batman and Amanda Waller, and she basically said she knows he's Batman, and she gave him a book with all the people in it, and the first thing was Ezra Miller's Flash, Barry Allen, and then Aquaman, I believe, and then actually I left